86 days, 10 hours, 40 minutes is how long I went without being able to stand. The Marine Corps has like a different camaraderie to it, a different vibe to it than all the other branches, and that's really what drew me to it. Yeah, so when I got back from deployment, my wife and I were moving to our new house. The mattress fell out of the bed of the truck, and while I was loading it back up, somebody wasn't paying attention and they ran into me. I didn't think anything of it. I thought that I just hit my funny bone. I would pop up and get evaluated, get back home. That's when I heard one of the medics in the front say left leg amputation, and that was when I realized that my life was going to change. So was in the hospital for about a month. The one thing that the physical therapist and occupational therapist told me from the very beginning was, you can still do everything that you want to do or that you used to do, you just have to figure out how to do it. After I got hurt, I started getting into adaptive sports, fell in love with hand cycling and a couple other sports. The question that I got asked by everybody was, hey, are you gonna move back down to the Virgin Islands after you retire? And when I started exploring that, I found out that a lot of the nonprofits that I actually compete through don't service the Virgin Islands because of logistical concerns. So that started getting the wheel spinning in my head that, hey, maybe somebody needs to make a change for that. So that's when I took it upon myself to go ahead and start my nonprofit and bring adaptive sports to the Virgin Islands. Down here is not very handicap friendly at all. So the first thing is that a lot of the nonprofits, like I said, that I work with in the States aren't able to service down here. So that's the first thing. But then also the biggest comment that I received from a lot of people in the disabled community down here is that a lot of them don't like to leave the house. A lot of them don't like to go out into the community because it's hard to find handicap parking, or a place they might want to go to doesn't have a ramp for their wheelchair to get up, or even just like something as simple as they're missing a limb and they don't like the way their prosthetic looks, so they're afraid to go out into public and be bullied. Really, that's the main reason why I wanted to come down here and do this, is because I want people to see that regardless of your situation, you can still go out and just the same way that my physical therapist told me, you can still do everything that you used to do. You can do everything that you want to do. We just have to figure out how to fit it to your actual situation. It does not matter what, like, you just have to bring yourself. We will figure out, regardless of your situation, if you need to sit down, if you need assistance with pulling back the bow or drawing your bow, whatever it is that you need help with. If you're visually impaired and you need somebody to spot you, we will figure out what you need to do or what we need to do to make it possible for you to do it. The one thing I will say about my community down here that I love so much is everybody's willing to help. As long as they know that it's something that's going on and it's for a good cause, a lot of people are willing to get behind and support. What really sparked my interest in doing something like this is the fact that we have a lot of talent in the Virgin Islands that, because we don't have access to resources, they don't really get to do as much as, say, someone with in the same position in the States. So when I saw that we haven't really had many Paralympians come out of the Virgin Islands, I wanted to change that. My philosophy has always been, if you don't take care of the troops, then you can't accomplish the mission. So I've always tried to find a balance between the two instead of putting mission accomplishment first. And now being hurt and being that guy who needs a leader to make sure that I'm being taken care of, it kind of, I guess, reaffirms that belief that you need to make sure that the Marines are taken care of. I think to myself, you've done all that stuff. This should not be that much more difficult by any means.